Well, we are back once again, talking about Legacy of the Force. One of the worst abominations ever.
What are you talking about? We love it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic, really. Alright, so we talked about it previously for 6 hours.
Yeah, that was probably the worst 6 hours of my life.
And I mean, it was longer than 6 hours because I had to edit it down. And now we have to return once again because we missed a lot of shit. We talked about this series for 6 hours and we didn't go like in depth. And we still missed shit.
Oh,
This
this is it's
this is
never going to be
horrible.
over.
Nope. Nope. And I mean, I'm gonna be interested what you think when you read Fate of the Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we need another beatdown, but I was more positive with Fate of the Jedi.
We'll see, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with something simple that we should have done. And I mean, we did a little bit in the previous videos. Let's talk about the cover artwork.
Yes, the cover. So Star Wars covers are a bit like not weird, but like I'd say
They
with
vary in
Bantam,
quality.
yeah, they're very in quality a lot. With Bantam, they were very good, I think. I think they were the best ones, the Bantam covers.
Oh yeah, Drew Struzan covers are always great. Because they were
Yeah.
actually like drawings. And then we got to the 2000s.
Photoshop.
Photoshop was big in trend.
Yay.
And I mean, for me, it was okay with New Jedi Order. We got different artists come in. We got, I mean, because the Wong are a very different concept. And we got to see the characters like Luke, Han, and Leia aged on these covers for the first time. And that
Yep.
was a nice change. And then we got to Legacy of the Force, which, well, there was Darkness, but who cares? Who gives a fuck? But then we get to Legacy of the
The
Force,
bugs care.
Bugs,
the bugs,
bugs,
Bugs.
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 And with Legacy of the Force, every cover depicted one big character. Okay, simple enough, fair enough. Problem is, most of them look awful. And I'm gonna say, this is probably, like to me, at first look, this is shitty Photoshop. Like, this looks worse than the New Jedi Order covers.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think they are drawings. Pretty bad ones at that.
Mm, yeah. Well, since Jason's on the first cover, so
Yeah,
we'll talk.
Betrayal, the first cover with Jason. Let's talk about it because he got two or maybe three covers, depending on how you look at it.
Well, one of them, it was his back facing to
Yeah.
whatever. But Betrayal, okay, this is true for Revelation 2, which is the other cover he's on. He's supposed to be like 30 something
And
in
he
the
looks like
series.
he looks like an angsty emo teenager.
I'd
He
say he
looks
looks about 13.
Yeah, he looks way too young.
And ugh. And why does he have his light? I don't know why. That looks like Darth Vader's lightsaber, but green.
Huh.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much else.
Yeah.
Bloodlines, Boba Fett. Okay.
There's absolutely nothing to say about the Bloodlines cover because that's just a picture of Boba Fett. There's
You
not
don't like
much you can
Boba
do
Fett?
wrong. No, I don't. I
But
mean,
he's a Mandalorian. They're awesome.
Boba is okay. The Mandalorians aren't.
But the Jedi are the real Nazis here.
Yeah.
They deserved Order 66.
Yeah, that's such a Karen thing to say.
Oh, it's that crazy British woman.
Then we get to your favorite cover of all time, Tempest.
What did they do to Jedel Carr?
She looks like,
A Barbie
okay, I
doll.
don't know how this is gonna sound. She looks like a porn star with a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah, a Barbie doll. That's what she looks. You know what was good? to be honest, Tenelkar's artwork hasn't been the best. I mean, okay, it was pretty good in Young Jedi Knights, but then that's Dave Dorman.
Oh yeah.
And what was it the guide to? I mean, the Essential Atlas.
The Essential Atlas. Oh yeah, that was.
That
a
one
good
looks
cover.
really nice.
Yeah.
But this one is just, yeah, it doesn't look right. It's just, yeah, like you said, it looks like plastic surgery, Botox.
Yeah. Her
Ugh.
hair
Yeah,
also looks weird. What do you think about her lightsaber?
that looks cool because it's
Yeah.
pretty. The lightsaber is pretty accurate, and I'm glad we actually get to see it.
You know
But
how
that's
at first look I didn't realize she only had one arm on this cover.
oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, because it
either at
looks
first.
like it continues below.
It does a little bit. You can tell when you look at it, but if
Yeah.
at first glance you won't notice.
Yeah.
I think
At
it's
least we got some good representation on the cover.
oh yeah, because remember, gingers are a rarity in the galaxy.
Oh yeah, absolute rarity.
Star Wars
It's
they
not
are.
like every single Star Wars book mentions at least one different new ginger character.
Nomi Sunrise is just propaganda. She doesn't actually exist.
So
Anyway,
moving
Exile.
on from your favorite cover to Exile. Okay,
Isn't this your favorite?
okay. You know how much you have to fuck up for me to not like a picture of Jedi Leia?
Yes.
Because I love seeing Jedi Leia on covers.
Mm-hmm.
Even on fucking Darkness. She looks good. Jedi Leia on covers is always a plus. That's good.
Yep.
This, I mean, it's close to being good. The problem is her face. I don't know why, but this just doesn't look right. I get they try to make her look older, but
Yeah, I
something
know.
feels off. And don't let me get started with Han. First off, he doesn't look old at all. He looked way older on the New Jedi Order covers. I don't think he has even grey hair or something.
I think I remember in the book they were in disguise or something, but still, just give him grey hair. They did that in NGO.
His face also looks like he was in a car accident or something. It looks fucked up.
Oh yeah, it does. But yeah, it just doesn't. Yeah, cover doesn't look great.
It was
And then,
close.
what background
Jedi
is that?
Leia.
There's like a fan or something, giant fan behind them.
I don't know. I have no idea what the background in these fucking covers is about. The one for fucking Betrayal is just like some circle. It looks
Yeah.
like some weird symbol. The one for Boba Fett, it's just green. I think that's his armor.
Yeah, pretty much.
The one for Tempest, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
who cares?
just a wall. Amazing. And a fan
Did we-
behind him.
Did we already talk about Sacrifice's cover?
We talked about this fucking cover in detail.
Yeah,
First
okay, we
off-
don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean the background
sucks.
here is probably the best thing because you can see what it is. It's
Coruscant?
fucking Coruscant.
Yeah,
Her face, Famke Jensen,
Famke
Jean
Jensen.
Grey from X-Men,
from X. Jean!
who looks like she didn't age a fucking day in the last 30 years.
Yeah, and it was even described in Betrayal that her hair was greying.
Yeah.
But then I don't think they made that much contact between each other.
Nope. Then we get to Inferno.
Okay, I'll admit, I actually like this cover. I think it's really cool.
It's okay. I don't know if Luke shouldn't look a little bit older. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no, Luke should look older. Like, his hair should be greying by now.
Yeah.
Because he's 59. Yeah, 59.
And I mean, it's cool that he's in an action pose, like in an actual action scene, because there's fire behind him and everything. Because everybody else was just randomly standing in front of some background.
Yeah. This one looks good, though. You can see it's Kashyyyk in the background. Or Kashyyyk,
Yeah.
however you pronounce it.
This is like an actual advertisement. All the other ones are like, oh, here are characters in front of boring backgrounds. They are just standing there like models. And this is like Luke in action.
Yep, this one's good, yeah. It's just, like you said, they should have made him look older, because he
Yeah.
looks too young here.
Otherwise, this is a fine cover.
Yep.
But going from this, we get to, in my opinion, the worst.
Oh yeah.
Like, I dislike this more than the Mara Jade cover.
More than Han and Leia.
Yes. Fury.
Fury.
This was our first cover with Ben Skywalker.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
it's just another random background, because like, what is that?
I think this is supposed to be on board of the Anakin Solo,
Yeah, probably.
but I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to guess this. Okay, let's talk about how Ben looks like. He... Oof.
I think they forgot he's supposed to be ginger.
They always forget about the fucking gingers. Okay, first off, it looks like they took Mark Hamill's face and just... I don't know.
I don't
It
even
looks like
think
a
it looks like Mark
screenshot
Hamill.
from Return of the Jedi.
Does it?
Isn't
Which
that
bit?
Isn't that Luke's pose in Return of the Jedi when Vader is on the floor?
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that.
Is this
Oh, yeah, that's a
taken
good
from
point.
the movie? If that's the case.
Possibly,
So
but
first
his it just doesn't look anything like how Ben's supposed to look.
this is like something I would do. Like, this is just Photoshop in Mark Hamill's face and then just the ugliest fucking haircut you could possibly imagine. First off, isn't he supposed to have like a Padawan haircut like Obi-Wan did in Phantom Menace?
I
You
don't.
know?
Luke Skywalker don't do that, do they?
Yes, it's explicitly stated in this series that Ben has one.
Oh,
Which...
so much for New Jedi Order.
Yeah. Which, I mean... Like, if you have it in there, at least show it on the cover.
Yeah, that's true.
Be somewhat consistent. Also,
I always thought
I'm
he had
looking
long hair.
I'm looking at the cover in the Essential Reader's Companion for our viewers, and the picture is a little bit smaller. To me,
Yeah, me too.
on this picture, his hair looks grey.
Oh yeah, it does.
He looks like he's 70 years old on this mini picture of the cover.
No, he looks like who's that guy called? That Jedi from Dark Times. Dasjanair.
Destinier?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. He
Um,
looks older than his father does on fucking Inferno.
oh my gosh. If he had a beard,
I
he
hate
would...
this cover.
Yeah, this cover sucks.
Compare it to the one from Fate of the Jedi.
Ascension. I don't mind those ones because they're more stylized, so the color's a bit off anyway.
Yes, but I mean his face. I mean,
You
you
know, his
can-
face looks good.
Yes, because it actually looks like not just Mark Hamill's face. It looks like you can see Mark Hamill in there.
Luke and Mara's
But it's a
son.
different... Yeah. And this is just... Oh no, let's just take a picture of fucking Mark Hamill. And we give him like this old man haircut.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've said all we need to say about that one. Let's move on to Revelation.
We made fun of this enough just between ourselves, but this is really fucking ugly.
Can I just
Jason?
say,
Yeah.
before you say anything, is it me or does Jason look like he has a frog in his mouth?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Yes. So,
He's
so we
got...
talked about it. He looks like an angry emo child with a Christmas sweater on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't get the right presents for Christmas, and
And I mean,
he's gone emo mode.
yeah, he's full on Bully Maguire at this point.
He's got yellow eyes. Oh, and he's got the eyeliner.
He actually has eyeliner.
He has eyeliner.
Oh boy, this meme.
Background.
This meme
Okay,
is reality.
some battles and stuff.
But this is worse than the Inferno cover because Luke in the Inferno cover is doing shit. Like he's hanging from a rope or something. Bully Maguire does absolutely nothing. He's just standing in front of a... He's standing in space?
Because
Because
did
there's a
Ryan
space
Johnson do this
battle-
cover?
Yeah. Now he's Jason Poppins.
Jason Poppins. Or he's just like, he's at the window of his ship. He's like, Commander, take a photo of me. I'm going to pose.
He's doing a selfie.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Okay.
full selfie.
This cover is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But then we get to Invincible.
Sorry, I forgot one more thing.
Yeah.
Is it me, or I don't remember Jason using his red lightsaber in this?
I think he did. I think.
Did he? I don't remember that until Invincible.
Possible. I know he constructed it way late in the series.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway, we get to Invincible. And, I mean, it wasn't the first cover with Jaina on it. That was, well, technically it was Young Jedi Knights. Then NJO, she was on Dark Journey, for example.
Yeah.
But this is her, like, full body, everything. And at least she's doing stuff. She's attacking.
Yeah, but the background looks awful.
Yeah, once again.
It's just, there's no sense of the... I agree with, was it Michael Stackpole who said, like, the cover should actually be a scene from the book?
Yes.
I completely agree with him.
That's why the X-Wing novels look so good. All of these covers are scenes that happen in the fucking books.
I always like
this,
that.
Yeah, and I mean, this scene does happen, but Jason only has one arm.
So is it the first fight?
I don't think that's the first fight. I think that's the second one.
Well, then it's inaccurate because he only had one arm.
Yeah, it is inaccurate. And I'm sorry, Jason's head from behind, this haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaina looks cool. She looks angry, I guess. It's a shame that's like her only like big appearance on a cover, except for like Dark Journey, like I said.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think she's on any cover for Fate of the Jedi.
Oh wait, no. I think she was on Force Heretic 2.
Yeah, that too.
But that's not, the art on that is not very good.
Dude, she wasn't on any cover for Fate of the Jedi except the back cover of Apocalypse.
Oh yeah, that one.
Which the front cover is Luke Skywalker, the back cover is Jaina and Jack, which should tell you everything where the focus was.
Yep.
Luke, Han, and Leia are the big ones we need to push, not the next generation. Even though Luke and Leia are in their fucking 60s.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced Luke would be like 100, and he'd still be the main character.
Yeah.
Well, Yoda lived to 900, and Luke's more powerful, so they'd probably get that Jedi from the Clone Wars who lived for like, what's her name? Master Faye.
Yeah.
She lived for like a few hundred years or something because she was like in the really, she was like the most pure Jedi or something, so she could live for longer. They'd probably make up something like that. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about Fate of the Jedi covers, but that's not the point. So
yeah,
okay, to finish this, the covers for Legacy of the Force are mostly terrible.
Yes. So you hate Fury the most. I hate Tempest the most.
Yes, because Fury is like I love Ben. I love Ben Skywalker as a character, but this picture is so fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody is using it.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Like on YouTube videos or like for, I don't know, personal avatars and stuff. I don't like it. I really don't.
Maybe it's just Luke Skywalker, like during the Rebellion era, and he got a haircut. A bad one.
He got grey hair.
He had who is it? Who's like, he had like that monkey lizard from Jabba's palace give him a haircut.
Salacious Crumb.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, him then.
Oh boy, these covers are terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, but now we talked enough about terrible artwork.
We spent 20 minutes talking about that.
Yeah, we did a good job. Good job. What else did we need to talk about? because we have a checklist. So
Do you have the list up?
I have
can
the
get.
list up.
Okay, what's
So
next on the list?
this is a quick one. We talked in detail about Troy Denning being a sex pervert.
It's not sexy.
Oh yes.
Okay, first off, I didn't write this point down, but the cover for Invincible reminded me. Look at what Jaina is wearing on this cover.
Jumpsuit.
Yes, this suit. Denning makes it explicit because Jaina switches her clothes with the one of a woman on the Star Destroyer, the Anakin Solo.
Yep.
And Denning goes in detail like, oh, Jaina wore this bodysuit, but it's so tight and too small for her. You know, and it shows every curve.
It's not sexy.
And that's Denning. That's Troy Denning while writing.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is true, but I've heard people say the same thing about Stackpole.
Stackpole, with him it makes more sense because Corin Horn is. We
Corin
have a
Horny.
say. Yeah, we have a say. Corin Horn Horny. Corin Horny Horn.
Corin Horny Horn.
But the thing is, first off, he's in his 20s. He's a fucking man, and he sees women and thinks they are attractive, and there's a love triangle in the X-Wing books in the first 4 books.
And
So
he's
this didn't bother me. In I, Jedi, it's a little bit worse, but his,
yeah.
sexuality actually plays a part in it. Near the end, it's a little bit uncomfortable because he feels sexually attracted to the bad guy, Tavira, in this book. And while his wife is kidnapped and he has to battle his own demons because he's like, he comes to the realization, no, I love my wife. She's the only one I want. This woman is a bitch. Like, I don't want her. That's something, okay? And this
Okay.
is just a young man being attracted to women. This is okay. Denning, it feels like pure fetish gear. Like, it's just
I
disgusting.
mean, also when you think about it, because like Corin Horn's like, I mean, he's part of Corsac, and then he was Rogue Squadron military. And if you look at, like, you know how like in the military and wars, how they had like those shows of like women and stuff.
Yep.
Do you remember that scene from like Apocalypse Now where they all tried to jump the stage and go?
Mm,
So I think like when you're fighting in wars and stuff, he's probably going to make you a bit more horny, especially when you're like a young 20-something-year-old.
yep.
So I don't
And-
mind that.
Yes. And then we get to Denning with his bugs,
Bugs.
with his literally pedophilia, with all his stuff.
That's not sexy.
It's not sexy.
That's not sexy. And that's just Troy Denning being a creepy sex pervert.
Yeah.
And the worst part is Jaina tries to like talk to 2 guards on the ship while wearing this very tight bodysuit, like Denning describes it. And she
Does
like she makes like poses, and she's like, "Oh, can't you let me go in here?" And both of the guys are like, "No." Like, they don't react to it at all. And you can tell Denning wanted to be funny again, but it just comes across as awkward.
Yeah.
Denning should just leave the comedy to Aaron Alston. And Alston is dead now. Comedy is dead.
Rest in
Denning-
peace.
Yeah. Denning doesn't write for Star Wars anymore anyway. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good.
May the force be with you, Aaron Alston.
Yeah. That poor guy.
Yeah, he got
What do you
stuck.
think? What was Aaron Alston like reading Denning's manuscripts and stuff? And thinking, because Alston is funny. And he knows what jokes work, like how they work and everything. And then he reads Denning's stuff. It must have been like, this is not really funny, but he's my friend and I don't want to like hurt his feelings.
So, it's like this reminds me of like the behind the scenes of the prequels where George Lucas has just like come up with all these ideas, and people are just look at the people's faces when he's talking.
This is real. And this is real. Real. Not so real. Not so real. Not so real. real. This is gonna be tricky. That's real. That's real. Real. That's real. Dude, this stuff like crazy.
They're just like, no, it's such a terrible idea, but I don't want to say anything because it's George and he's really nice. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I always remember the scene when he talks about, oh yeah, we're gonna show Yoda with his lightsaber, just going to town. That's something
Right.
everybody was waiting for. And then you see John Knoll like nodding, and he's like,
On the sofa.
uh-huh.
We've seen him, but we've never actually seen him fight. This will be the first time we actually see him pull out that little laser sword of his and go to town.
Yeah.
So that's something that everybody's waiting for. So we have to make it look not funny.
Yeah, sitting
No,
on the
we've-
sofa, and he looks
You
like,
know, we've.
yeah,
you know,
George, yeah, sure, I hope, yeah. They are all so nervous.
I know. It's like we've never actually seen him fight before, but now we get to see him whip out that little laser sword of his.
I know, and go to town. That's something everybody was waiting for.
So we have to make it look not funny.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah, yes, and that's similar to the Denning Alston thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is where I put a clip of this fucking this video from the convention
Oh yeah, that one.
with Denning shit talking Legacy and how he wants to override continuity basically, and Alston just jumping in
Damage
and be
controlling.
like, yeah, damage control. It's like, oh no. So what he really means is like, yeah, this, and this, right, Troy? And Troy's like, yeah, sure, whatever, yeah.
I think we're being careful not to contradict it. We don't want to cause trouble.
Well, okay. I guess,
Troy wants to cause trouble.
I guess from my perspective is that I kind of know that it's out there, but as a writer, you can't look at it as this is what is going to happen in the future. I think from my perspective, I kind of look at it as a vision, and in my mind, it's a vision. Is that going to come to pass, or is it not going to come to pass? And I think that's what, as a writer, keep it interesting for me. I kind of look at it, okay, are we going that way, or are we not going that way? How is this really going to play out? Is this a vision of the future, or is it just one of many possible futures?
The thing about far future events is that you can, as a writer, you can either steer straight toward them, or you can, tacking, you can get back and forth against the wind and sort of head in that direction. But the tacking back and forth can seem to run contrary to that vision for a while, and that's genuinely more interesting.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if we were heading straight there, I think it would be as uninteresting for you as it would be for us.
Yeah. He sounded quite bitter.
Yeah,
Maybe it was just my interpretation, but
maybe because we are clearly biased against Denning.
yeah. What were we even talking about?
Denning being a
section-
sex pervert.
Se-
So we talked about Jaina in her bodysuit. I don't think we mentioned it in the video. So
I
this
don't
is
know.
done.
That's
he
fine.
doesn't sexualize Jaina as much as he does other characters. But okay, maybe
Yes.
that's not true. I mean, bug orgies, the Jack threesome,
Even though
the
Colin
bodysuit, all of
Jag
this
would
shit.
never agree to a threesome. He's a chiss.
Zack, maybe. Jack,
Yes.
Jack, fucking no.
No, he wouldn't even if it was another girl, he wouldn't do it.
No. So,
I mean-
but
He's a stubborn, stuck-up chiss guy.
yep. So, but the other thing we wanted to talk about, speaking of him being a sex pervert, Jason Solo being a sex symbol for half of Hapis,
Yes.
including Tendel Carr.
No, yeah. Let's see.
Can we read this passage?
Yep, I'll read it. So just for reference, this is from chapter 1 of Inferno, page 2. After his recent heroics defending Tenor Carr against the traitors trying to usurp her throne, he had become something of a sex symbol to half the women in the Hapes consortium, Tenor Carr included. What?
Which implies. Okay, I get what he's trying to do. He's like, oh, this Jedi saved us, and now the women are like, oh, what a hunk. First off, what an odd thing to put in.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, what is implied when he said, oh, including Tenel Ka? She also now thinks that Jason is a sex symbol, which to me implies she didn't find him attractive before or something. Which is
Despite having a
weird
kid.
considering they have a kid together.
Did he forget his own work? He's the one who wrote that.
Apparently. I mean, we know he writes it, he masturbates to it.
It's not sexy. I'm a fanatic, small-time, sexy poker player. Sexy. Bugs. You know, it's like the plumber with the leaky pipes. Yeah. Bugs. Sexy. I've got all my pictures ready. I've got all of everything except the text. No, that's the part I have to provide.
I've got the pictures, I've got everything. I just need to provide the text.
Yeah, it's like the plumber with the leaky pipes.
I'm a small-time, sexy poker player. Bugs. Sorry, people are going to have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, all of the Denning classics. I'm gonna put the clips in. Boy. Okay, so this was a weird comment.
Weird, pointless, and... I mean, I guess I could brush over it, but it's just that the bit where he said Tenel Ka included, I was like, what?
If it was just like, if he's trying to make a point like, oh, the women here find him attractive, maybe he's trying to make a point like, Jason might now be a Sith, but people like him, like actions like these make him like beloved
Favored
by women and stuff.
Well,
And
yeah,
this
because
would
they're a
be like,
matriarchy.
yeah, and this would be like, okay, I can see what you do, but the point about Tenel Ka is just weird.
Yeah.
This is a question for all the ladies watching, which will be 1
0.
at most. At most.
1 at most.
Yeah. Do you find your boyfriends attractive? This is a fair question because Tenel Ka
No, that
apparently didn't. Until he did something heroic.
Would you sleep with them if you didn't find them attractive?
Yeah. Oh, this reminds me of another point with Tenel Ka. Wasn't it
no.
implied in Darkness she slept with like a dozen of guys after having sex with Jason?
Yes.
So people don't know who the father of Alana is?
Yes, and it pisses me off. Ugh, why'd you write that in?
Dang!
So, does he have to make every main female character a slut?
Yes. The answer is Denning. To every one of these questions, Denning. But why Denning? So, but speaking of sexual disappointment, let's talk about Zack.
Zack. Ugh.
Yep, good old Zack without a last name.
Yeah, because he at the end of Invincible, he gets like they're in a space battle and he gets shot down or something, or like he disappears.
Yes, and then his ship disappears from the radar, and Jaina can't feel him anymore.
And it's never resolved at the end of the series.
Nope. He's just forgotten. He's still floating in space. And he only returns in Fate of the Jedi Book 4 or something.
What?
Yes! He was supposed to get his own standalone novel, which got cancelled. It was supposed, Blood Oath by Elaine Cunningham. Got cancelled. Goodbye, Zack. He returns. Fucking. Let me check.
You'd think that's something.
6 or 7 books later.
You'd think that's something they would resolve.
Nope. Oh, we're gonna talk about another few points they don't resolve. So first off, yes, because we talked about it, I think, in the discussion already. Jaina and Jack's relationship. At the end of Invincible, I had no idea they got back together.
Really?
No, I didn't understand this at all. He comes in when Jason is dead and Jaina is sitting there, and they have like this weird moment, and she's like, "Oh, thanks for being here and doing stuff."
Go get
and
Zack.
I didn't. What?
She tells him to go get Zack. He's like, "Yeah, well, he's a good man." I'm like, "When did you two make up?"
You're a good woman. I'm good man.
You're a good woman. I'm good man.
I'm gonna put this clip in because
Do it.
this is what Jack says.
No, but that's another point. Actually, when did Jag and Zek make up? Because I'm pretty sure they hated each other like for the whole because they had the same.
There might have been a scene and we are forgetting it.
Oh yeah, true.
But that's possible. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's in here.
Maybe he went on a 5-year journey too.
Yeah. Zack went on a 5-year journey after disappearing. I mean, he comes back. He's like
2 years.
married to one of these redhead haypieces woman.
What, the one that Ben Skywalker said he'd watch in the shower?
Yes, thanks, Denning. But anyway, I really didn't get that Jaina and Jack are back together. And what surprised me at the beginning of Outcast, Fate of the Jedi Book 1, she visits Jack on his Star Destroyer, and after everybody else is gone, she sits on his lap and they start making out. And then I was
In his
like,
office?
oh, in his office.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, I guess they are back together. This comes out of nowhere. Yeah, thanks for this genius setup. I've said it before and I will say it again. Invincible was a first draft.
Yes.
This is not a finished book.
Second draft, because in the first draft, Tahiri and Ben Skywalker made out.
Right. The only changes Del Rey made was taking out the hardcore sex scenes.
Do you think they would?
Yeah.
Do you no? Because I think Tahiri and Ben Skywalker actually made out in the first draft, or like she was like at least kissing him. That sounds horrible, but I actually believe it's true. But then, would you go a step further?
I probably think he wrote a scene where she shoves her hand down the whole way down his pants. Like she was already really close to it in the book.
Oh yeah.
And this is not like this is literally her hand is like on his fucking shorts moving down.
Yep.
That's in the book. We read it.
We talked about that.
Watch the video.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that again.
No, for the love of God, don't.
Ooh. But yeah, Zack
got friend zoned so fucking hard, he disappeared for 5 years.
Yep.
Like, for 6 or 7 books, he legitimately disappeared.
Invincible, and then a few books in Fate of the Jedi.
I wonder if this was like a thing Del Rey told Denning, because Denning was the only Jaina and Zack shipper.
And the creative side.
Yeah, he confirmed it himself. He was the only one who wanted Jaina and Zack. And everybody else told him to fuck off. And the Legacy Comics established, dude, Jaina and Jack are gonna have children. They are the couple. Fuck yourself.
That's because John Ostrander read New Jedi Order. He liked it.
Yes.
And if you look at Mara Seyfel, she does look pretty similar to like Jaina.
Yes, and she has a little bit of white hair. Just like Jack. Just like Jack's grandson, Rowan.
Oh.
Which, by the way, I find it funny. It was I don't think it was ever officially confirmed that Jaina is the grandmother of the Fel dynasty.
It was
it was
never confirmed.
No other way.
I mean, unless Jaina and Zack had a kid, a son. No, unless Jaina and Zack had a daughter, and then Jack had a son with someone else, and their kids got together.
No,
okay, no, I don't want to.
Don't give Denning any ideas.
He watches. Denning watches this idea, and Legends gets continued. And he does that.
Probably.
If that happens, you can blame Jaina and Jack get divorced.
He would do it. I believe if they gave him like the option, he would do it.
And you can blame me.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
I may have gone too far in a few places.
Okay, but so we talked about Zack. Anything else about him?
I mean, we said they never meant to bring up the fact that he's missing and resolve it. He just goes.
Nope.
Can you imagine, like, if at the end of Return of the Jedi, like Lando, like when the Falcon, like imagine like the Falcon, like just
when they fly out of the Death Star.
Yeah.
And suddenly Lando loses control and the Falcon just disappears. And everybody else is partying, but then it's like, oh, where's Lando? Who
No,
cares?
but Jada didn't even ask where Zek is. She just said to Jag,
Yeah, you should
then-
probably go look for him. Like, I can't feel him. I don't know where the fuck he is.
Hans like to Leia, yeah, I'll go look for Lando. He's a good man. He's a good man. You a good woman. I'm a good man.
I'm good man. We are all good man.
We're all good.
Mr. Ditkovich is an unsung hero of the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's all about Zek. They don't resolve his death, so great ending, guys.
I mean, he's not dead, but okay.
Well, yeah, we know he's not dead, but
All right. Let's move on to the next point.
It's stylistically designed to be that way, and you can't undo that, but we can diminish the effects of it.